Hi, it's Jeff G again, and I'm here to show you right now the overview of program mode in the PC3. What I want to talk about specifically is what you see in the display when you're playing through the programs. The program is the basic unit of sound in the PC3, starting with program number 1, the grand piano. There are about 900 programs in the PC3, and when you're playing programs, each one can play on a MIDI channel, and there are 16 MIDI channels. So the PC3 can play 16 programs at one time. The main highlight section of the display is which program and ID number that you're playing. I'm scrolling through them one by one. You can see that above the program list is the bank, which is now base 1, and the program number, which corresponds to the MIDI patch change number of the program that I'm playing. Over here you can see what channel. So now I'm playing Deep Fuzz Whirly on channel 1. If I hit the Chan bank and show channel 2, well, I have the crossfade Belltone Rhodes. On channel 3 right now, a bass. On channel 4, so I can, this is the current channel, and this is the current program and bank number, and the transpose is right now 0, but you can see I have soft buttons for octave shift immediately. And we go back to the piano, and you can hear this easily. You can also transpose over here by semitones. Like that. The double press will always return you to 0. The panic button is for resetting all controllers and resetting all notes to silence, which is useful when you're in the middle of multi-timbral sequencing, or if you want to make sure that all MIDI controllers are set to 0. The info button is perhaps the most important soft button in program play mode, because it tells you what all the real-time controllers are set to do for this particular program. On standard grand, I can see that slider A gives me a filter frequency for the pad, and then here I see switch 2 enables a pad, so here I can hear the pad, and slider I is giving me an aux sound. The programs in the PC3, the 900 programs that come standard, can be very complex. You can see this piano is 14 layers big, and over here you can see what key maps are assigned to each layer. The program layers is the basic programming element of the synthesizer. There are 128 notes of polyphony that the machine can play at once, and each program can have 32 layers, each one of them corresponding essentially to one element of the synthesizer. Here, if I have more than 4 layers that can be displayed, I can hold the Enter button with my right hand and then touch the Channel button with my left hand, and I can see the key maps that are assigned to the remaining layers. Then we have the banks. There are 128 programs in each ROM bank of the PC3. Base 1 is the first one. The Base 1 and Base 2 are designed to include all of the basic kinds of keyboard sounds that you need on a session or a gig. And they're directly accessible via the category and program buttons right on the front panel. They include pianos, the electric pianos. They include pop keys like CP80 digital grand, clavinets, and organs, which even are a model of the KB3. It's a Hammond organ model that the organs use. Brass, strings, and voices, synths, guitars, bass, drums. And percussion. That's an example of the variety that you get in the Base 1. And the Base 2 is another set of 128 that are organized according to the same categories. So essentially, you get many, many variations of the kinds of basic sounds you need on a gig. Let's scroll beyond the Base 2 category and go to the next, which is called Classic Keys. This includes the electric grands, mellotrons, Wurlitzer electric pianos, Hohner pianette, and also some of the specialized analog synthesizer models that we have. There's 128 of the classic keys in here. Each one of them has a set of sliders that are assignable and that you can see. And let's scroll right past the mellotrons here and the rest of the classic keys, and we'll see the next bank is the orchestra bank. In this bank, you have a representation of each instrument in the orchestra, from flute on down to the, all of the woodwinds and brass and strings in the orchestra, including complete orchestras that play at once. The strings bank is very special because we have amazing stereo samples of the Seattle Symphony Orchestra, and we took each section in full and in divisi, and the 128 programs in the strings bank are there to give you all the articulations you might need to provide a production level for any kind of music that involves strings. So we have adagio and lead articulations, fast and even aggresso articulations, and they're presented in each of their sections and also in combination so that you can play keyboard orchestra very easily. So that's just oh, and also the KB3 mode. There are many programs that invoke the KB3 drawbar organ. Like that. So this is the basic introduction to the program mode in the PC3.